Walking toward the West Sports Field, Alex saw 5 or 6 pretty girls heading his way. The tallest girl addressed him. "Alex, you finally came. Why did you take so long?" It was Zara Fitzgerald who had just called him. Zara took out $10 and gave it to Alex. "Buy 6 bottles of water for the squad." "Captain, why didn't you ask on the phone? I would have bought it on my way over," Alex asked while holding the $10 in his hand. "Why are you in such a bad mood today? It's not fair. What's wrong? Can't you take it anymore?" Zara's eyes opened wide as she opened and closed her mouth. Her words shot toward Alex like a cannonball. "No, all right, I'll go buy it now," Alex said, choosing to go and buy the water rather than argue with Zara Fitzgerald. When Alex returned with the water, he gave the $4 change to Zara. The girls from the cheerleading team each took a bottle and drank the water from it. "Alex, fan me," Zara Fitzgerald ordered Alex. Alex had nothing else to do, so he started to fan Zara. They were sitting on a nearby basketball court, watching the school basketball team practicing for a match. After resting for half an hour, Zara clapped her hands and called the cheerleaders to continue practicing. Alex sat alone in the grandstand and watched Zara and the rest of the squad practice. The seats around him were all filled with the girls' bags and training equipment. Alex heard someone say, "Hello, why aren't you playing with them?" Girl walked over from his side, smiled at Alex, and sat down beside him. Alex was stunned for a moment. This girl had long hair, an oval face, snow-white skin, clear black and white eyes, and a friendly expression. "Hello," Alex replied. Just as Alex was about to say something else, a tall boy wearing a Lakers jersey walked over and said, "Hi, beautiful. Why are you bothering with him? He's just the babysitter of the cheerleading squad. He's the one who does all the dirty work. I have no idea why Zara Fitzgerald let him join the squad when he's so poor." "Oh," the girl looked at Alex kindly. "Before you came, this loser was fanning the girls in the cheering squad. That's all he's good for." The male fanned himself and gave the girl a teasing smile. Then the tall guy reached out his hand to the girl. "Hello, my name is Dean Marshall. I'm the star player in the school basketball team, and I've started my own business. It's doing pretty well. My annual income should only be around $2 million. What do you think of that?" The more he looked at her, the more he liked her. With his good looks and other attributes, he knew that he could win any girl he wanted. The girl glanced at Dean's outstretched hand in hesitation, but took it. She just looked at him and smiled. "Hello, I'm Rachel O'Connor, a friend of Zara." Dean took his hand back a little embarrassed and said, "Rachel O'Connor, it's a nice name. Zara and the squad are training, and it's difficult to talk here. Let's go and walk around the field together, and we can have a chat." "Thank you, but there's no need." Rachel smiled faintly. Dean was furious, but he was unwilling to give up on such a beautiful girl. He wanted to stay and fight for her, but just then, someone on the basketball court called out to him, and he had to run back to the court. "What's your name?" Rachel turned her head and looked at Alex with a gentle smile. "Alex," he replied automatically. His attention was entirely focused on Rachel's demeanor. He could detect neither contempt nor pity in her beautiful eyes as she looked at him. Alex felt very comfortable with her. As he looked into Rachel's eyes, he started to smile. Zara Fitzgerald and the cheerleading team completed 2 more jumps. Then Zara walked over to Alex and Rachel and said, "Rachel, why are you talking to him?" Zara looked at Rachel with a little surprise. She pinched Alex's shoulders and then shoved him out of the way so she could sit beside her friend. In a serious voice, she said, "I only hired him because I wanted someone to help me carry the stereo and move the outfits. You can tell from his clothes that he's just a poor slob. I don't care about that. I think he seems quite nice," Rachel said with a smile. "Quite nice." Zara completely disagreed with her friend. She gave Alex a stern look and said, "I knew it. You only came over to talk to Rachel because you think she's beautiful. Don't you know your place? I'm warning you, don't even think about Rachel." Alex wanted to explain, but he didn't know what to say. "What about me? Seriously," Alex began. But as Zara's gaze became sharper, he stopped mid-sentence. Seeing that Alex had stopped talking, Rachel looked at him helplessly. They were interrupted by Zara's cell phone ringing. She took out a phone on a pink cover and looked at the number, frowning slightly. She stood up and walked away slightly to answer the call.
Hey, my favorite cousin, don't be too stressed. Your family's just worried because you're not married yet. Okay. If you're free, why don't you come to the amusement park? Come and walk around the park. Try to stop worrying. Call me if you need anything.
Then Zara hung up the phone and sat down beside Rachel with a grim expression. What's wrong? Rachel asked as she placed her hand on her friend's knee. It's my cousin. She's getting older, and her family's urging her to hurry up and get married. Zara glanced at Rachel with downcast eyes. She said, Your cousin is very beautiful. She doesn't have to worry about getting married. Rachel smiled. Zara glanced at Rachel and tuttered, Rachel, you don't understand. Of course my cousin is worried about getting married. The problem is who will marry her. You've seen her photo. As she spoke, Zara glanced at Alex with a look of disdain and said, We can't marry poor losers like him, right? After the training session, Zara and the other girls from the cheerleading squad left with the basketball team. The task of cleaning up the equipment naturally fell to Alex, the service assistant. Rachel looked at Alex with pity. She wanted to stay and help him organize the equipment, but Zara pulled her away, saying, Alex's only value to the cheerleading squad is helping us pack up. Otherwise, we would have kicked him out already. As Alex was packing up the equipment for the cheerleading squad and putting it in the storeroom, his phone rang. It was Mark.
Sir, Ken said that the matter has been settled.
Okay, that's great, Alex said and hung up the phone. Alex couldn't believe how quickly his family had sorted it out. It had only been an hour since Alex called them. He guessed that Rose would soon hear the news. Later, at around 5 that afternoon, Alex was jogging when he received a call from Joe. Joe seemed very happy.
Alex, where are you?
At the sports field. Why do you sound so happy? Is everything all right now with Rose? Alex thought that the news must have reached her by now.
Wow, how did you know? Her dad only called 20 minutes ago and you already knew?
Joe asked in surprise. You sound so happy that I knew the problem must be sorted. Alex smiled faintly.
That's true.
Joe raised his voice again and said,
Now that you're back in her good books, Rose said she wants to treat you to dinner. We're already on our way there.
You guys go ahead. I don't want to go. Rose hated him so much. He knew that if he went, he'd just be miserable.
Come on, all your friends are here. Are you too scared to come?
I don't want to go. You guys have fun.
If you don't come, you're not our friend anymore. You decide what you want to do.
Joe shouted and hung up. In addition to Rose's and his roommates, there were also a few unfamiliar faces. Alex smiled wryly as he heard the call end. He walked slowly out of the school gate and went to the restaurant. As soon as he entered, he could hear his friends, and he followed the noise to find their table. More than 10 people were sitting around a table. They must be Rose's friends. Forget it, he thought. Alex walked slowly toward the table, and everyone turned and looked at him. Rose, who was chatting with her friends, turned around and saw that Alex had arrived. A look of hatred flashed across her eyes as she said, Did I tell you to come? Fine, I'm in a good mood, so I guess you can take advantage of that and stay. Then she resumed her conversation and didn't give Alex another look. As Alex stopped walking and looked at Rose's back, he felt his heart flutter. Forget that I helped her this time. I won't have anything to do with her from now on. Joe quickly walked over to Alex and whispered to him, Leave her alone. Your friends are happy you came. Come and sit with me. As he spoke, Joe pulled Alex over and sat down beside him. As Alex sat down, Rose glanced at him in disgust. Alex didn't even look at her, deciding to save himself from the embarrassment. Rose, what happened? Why do you hate him? An unfamiliar girl glanced at Alex and whispered to Rose. The others who didn't know anything about the situation also looked at Rose, waiting for her explanation. Rose's gaze swept across Alex, and then she looked at the others. She sneered arrogantly and said, "This guy's unbelievable. We went to the Metro Sky Bank to withdraw money yesterday morning, but he doesn't even have a card for that bank." Those who didn't know what had happened all covered their mouths and smiled when they heard Rose's words. They couldn't help but look at Alex. Only Susan, Joe, and the others who were familiar with the situation looked extremely embarrassed. They were all thinking, "We're all eating here together. Even if you don't like Alex, do you have to expose his weakness in front of others?" One by one, the waiter brought the plates of food to the table. The 10 of them gathered together, chatting and laughing while Alex only chatted with Joe and Ben beside him, not with Rose and the others. Rose was saying, "Guess what? In the end, the chairman of Trader Joe's, Donald Brennan, personally came to my dad's office to apologize to him. That's what you call humility." She recounted the news she had heard from her father. Her friends replied, "Awesome, Rose. To be honest, I didn't expect that your family could solve this problem so easily. After all, this is Trader Joe's, one of the top 10 enterprises in New York City." "Yeah, Donald has awesome power. It's even on the internet. He once made a company disappear, but your family problem was solved in less than a day," another guy said as he gave a thumbs up. "Tell us who exactly helped your family so we can tell everyone," another boy said to Rose as he smiled. "Of course, I must also wonder who helped my dad. Donald Brennan might be a tough nut to crack for others, but it seems that he's no match for my dad," Rose said. "Wait a minute. I'll call my dad and ask him." She took out her cell phone, dialed her father's number, and turned on the speaker. "Dad, which uncle did you ask for help this time?" Rose suddenly felt that something wasn't right. "When Dad called me this morning to have a go at me, he said all kinds of mean things," she thought. "He said that he couldn't do anything to make Donald give in after the disaster I've caused." Could it be that later on, in a flash of inspiration, he's remembered someone powerful that he didn't think about before? An idea flashed through Rose's mind.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.